What is the first rock album you bought when you were a teenager?
Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Yes. Why this special album? It's a really great album.
Because I heard Dreams on the radio,
Yes, of course.
and I was young. I was 14 years old, and I saved my allowance money, and I went and bought the single of Dreams, the 45 of Dreams, because I was like, "Who's this woman singing?" Like I was very enamored by Stevie Nicks' voice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I would have to say Fleetwood Mac. Yeah.
And it's a great album. What is the album that made you want to make music?
Um, Two albums.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. Do I have to just pick one? Because there were so many,
No,
really.
no, two,
I mean,
three. Or...
the one that made me want to be a girl rocker was Heart Little Queen.
Yes.
Heart Little Queen. When I heard Barracuda, it blew my mind. I was like, you can be angry and you can pick up a guitar and you can write nasty rock and roll music. This is who I want to be. Plus, I stumbled on this record because my father used to work at Humber College in Toronto. And at one point in the 70s, the music station at the college radio station decided they were going to change format and go to 8-track. Stupid idea. But they got rid of all their vinyl. So my dad, they was sitting in a hallway and my dad worked at the college. He's like, my daughter might like those records. So he brought home this trunk full of albums. And then I was like, I found Runaways, Queens of Noise in that record, in that pile. And I was like, holy crap, these LA girls they're like 16 and they're badass. And like, that's who I want to be, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so that album. But, you know, as I started, when I joined my first rock band when I was 15, you know, I got introduced to all this more rock music. And then I was like listening to Zeppelin and like The Who,
Yes.
you know, Tommy, Quadrophenia, like that. Those were very big influences on my early sound. Then I discovered Janis Joplin, and like when I first went on the road in you know, when I was 18 years old, I was doing like, you know, The Who, My Generation, and
Yes.
um, I'm just trying to think of like some of the, we were doing old Zeppelin. I was doing a whole set of Janis Joplin, a very kind of blues oriented rock at that time.
Great. What is the album that you have listened the most?
In my life,
Yes, if you had one.
the album I probably listened to most in my life. Hmm. Led Zeppelin 2? Physical Graffiti, maybe?
Okay. Led Zeppelin music, of course.
Probably, yes.
Okay. What do you think is the best album of your discography?
Of my discography.
Yes.
Well, I always think it's my latest one, so I'd have to say Radio On.
Okay. What is the most beautiful artwork of an album coming from another artist and the one of your discography? Is there an artwork that you love a lot?
I would say Patti Smith,
Oh,
Horses.
oh yes.
And you know
Why?
what?
Why?
The Radio On cover is supposed to be a tip of the hat to that.
Yes.
So
And why Paris Beat? Why this cover? Because it's not really colored. There's not much color on this cover.
I think it's very sophisticated.
Yes.
There's a sophistication about it, but it also has such attitude, and the attitude is in the photograph that Robert Mapplethorpe took, right?
Absolutely.
Um, you know, I think that, or maybe Bowie, Aladdin Sane, you know, something
Oh,
like that. You
yes.
know, yeah.
Absolutely. And the one of your discography, the best artwork of your discography?
Ah, that's a really, really hard question. You know, I have to say that I love the new album, Radio On. I think that the artwork, I'm really happy with the artwork. I think it's rock and roll, but it's extremely sophisticated. Something that a mature artist should be doing, right? You know? But I also love Power Soul Rock and Roll live in Germany. I just think that was a fan photo. He was a fan of ours who's also a photographer, a guy named Mike Mechnig.
Yes.
And he's from Germany. And I stumbled on that picture online on like Instagram, and I'm like, holy crap, that's an amazing photograph. So I got in touch with him, and he sent me all the high resolution photos and said, if you want to use one for a cover, you can. And then I have a fantastic artwork guy named Eric Bourdon in Montreal, who's done the artwork on my last 3 albums. And I'm like, go crazy, see what you can do with that, Eric. So I was just really happy with the energy. Like the energy of that photograph and what the artwork guy was able to do with that, I thought was beautiful.
Right. The last question. Is there an album by another artist or a band in which you would have liked to be a singer?
Oh, I would love to sing with Jack White.
Oh,
I love Jack White. I would have loved to
why
sing
Jack
on
White?
the Lazaretto album.
Why Jack White?
Because a lot of maybe my rock fans don't understand this, but like to me, he represents everything that I love and stand for. He's got like the nastiest guitar tone, which I love.
Yes.
You know, his music is really blues oriented. Like he's the king of riff of nasty riffs, and I just think he's fantastic.
Great.
He's my favorite new guitar player.
Absolutely.
Besides Sean Kelly, of course, who plays in my band.